now, Worcester News tonight. Several Sam's Club locations around the country are closing, including the location in Worcester. Plus, expert advice from a doctor on how parents can protect their infants from potential dangers in the crib. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Worcester City Council is looking to tackle the issue of prostitution in Maine South. Tuesday, District 4 Councillor Soraya Rivera filed an order which requests city officials to carry out stings on men who solicit prostitutes, also known as Johns. The order comes in response to what Rivera calls a significant issue. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live with those details. Cam?
Yeah, and Worcester Police tells me prostitution in the city has been a problem for quite some time, especially down in the Maine South area. Tonight I caught up with them as well as city councilors to discuss this new order. Worcester Police conducted a sting operation Tuesday night, arresting 6 Johns. On the same night, City Councilor Soraya Rivera filed an order asking for just that. Rivera, District 4 City Councilor, says her order aims to attack prostitution in Maine South and the men behind it.
That's predatory behavior, and I want to target those people that are coming into, those men that are coming into our community to purchase human beings. It's affecting quality of life.
Rivera hopes the order will deter the men, or Johns, from local neighborhoods. Following yet another sting operation, the Worcester Police Department described prostitution in the Maine South area as, quote, an ongoing problem.
Specifically for us, Maine South has been the major area where we've had the prostitution problem for years. And as a result, we spend a lot of time and resources down there targeting that problem.
The department says for the last few years they've been putting more emphasis on the, quote, demand side of prostitution. Councillor at Large Mo Bergman supports Councillor Rivera's order, but also believes it should go further than simply prosecuting Johns.
As much as we have to treat the problem from realizing that the women that put themselves out have issues, I think the men that solicit the women also have issues that need to be addressed through the court system in ways short of jail sentences.
Councillor Rivera says with Maine South having numerous schools and children living in the area, her order gives the police a new way to fight this problem.
This specific order targeting the Johns is about putting another tool in our toolbox and something that actually works. And especially looking in this specific area because we have 6 schools.
Nobody's come up in the thousands of years human beings have been on Earth, an easy solution to this problem.
Now, Councillor Rivera's order passed unanimously, and it now falls on the shoulders of the police department to enforce it. Rivera says when the city begins to construct its budget, she will be pushing stings as one of the top priorities. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. Switching gears now, Sam's Club, a division of Walmart Stores, Inc., announcing changes Thursday. In a press release, the company says it will close 63 clubs around the country, including the club on 1 Tobias Way in Worcester. Thursday, customers who arrived at the store were turned away by a security officer, but were told it was for inventory and will be back open tomorrow. The company says it plans to convert up to 12 of the impacted clubs to e-commerce fulfillment centers to help speed delivery of online orders, with the rest of the facilities closing over the next few weeks. Walmart says hourly employees would continue receiving compensation for 60 days while they look for other opportunities in nearby clubs or Walmart stores. Worcester was the last Sam's Club location in Massachusetts. It will officially close January 26th. Walmart also announcing other changes Thursday. It will be offering raises, bonuses, and benefits after last month's passage of a sweeping tax overhaul. The nation's largest retailer says it's raising its starting hourly wage to $11 an hour and providing a one-time bonus up to $1,000 to hourly associates. The company is also expanding its maternity leave policy to 10 weeks, as well as offering 6 weeks for paternity leave. Heavy rains are expected to hit central Massachusetts over the next few days. A flood watch goes into effect across our region early Friday morning. The thaw is melting snow quickly, and it means storm drains could be overflowing. Our Chandler Walsh has more on how people can prepare for potential flooding.
Worcester Department of Public Works clears catch basins on School Street. Heavy rains are expected and a flood watch goes into effect Friday morning. The city is asking residents to clear their drains to minimize street flooding. But it isn't just the streets some are worried about. This man says his basement floods every year, and he's concerned it will again.
It happens suddenly. All of a sudden, you just look downstairs and guess what? You have a foot of water.
The city is seeing a surge in temperatures.
It feels like spring because I was, driving my car smelling the smell of springs.
And with rain on the way,
We've been checking our gutters and checking, there wasn't a lot of snow buildup on the roof.
Ray Landry owns Landry Mechanical in Oxford. He says the recent deep freeze also puts buildings at risk of flooding. He says the frozen ground prevents rain and snowmelt from being absorbed.
At this time, the water has nowhere to dissipate to. So everyone's sump pumps, they're going to be working extra hard.
Landry says people should check their sump pumps before the melt and rain.
Check it, make sure it's plugged in, make sure the outlet's getting power. You could even test it by lifting up the float on the pump to make sure that it turns on.
Landry says blocked catch basins also put basements in danger. Some residents were out clearing them Thursday afternoon.
There's one here and people don't clear, so most of the time I have to come out, and I'm an old man, I have to go and clear it for them.
Despite all the efforts, Landry Mechanical is getting prepared for extra plumbing calls.
We're expecting a lot of wet basements, so we're going to be stocking up on sump pumps, getting ready for the storm.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Residents and staff at Briarwood Community in Worcester had a chance to show off their creativity on Thursday. Paintings, sculptures, photography, crafts, and collectibles were on display throughout the Loring Auditorium. The exhibit includes artists who are residents, independent living, assisted living, and Knollwood Nursing Center. Displays range from Bob Walter's artwork he collected during his time teaching in Poland from 1989 to 1990 to Chloe Suddenberg's original paintings inspired by her own garden.
Because it is our home, and it's like putting yourself into your home.
It represents the diversity of interests, both collectibles and original work of members of the community.
It's a project that everybody's worked together on, so they're all coming together to enjoy the afternoon as the opening and to really appreciate each other and everything that they love.
The exhibit will continue through Thursday, March 1st. The gallery is open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're looking for a laugh, a new comedy club is set to open in Worcester this year. According to Discover Central Massachusetts, Woo Ha Ha will feature stand-up comedians from Boston, New York, Los Angeles, and of course, Worcester. The 126-seat club is set to open on the first floor of the Bancroft on the Grid this spring. Mayor Joseph Petty says he thinks it'll be a great addition to downtown.
I think it's another great addition to Worcester. It's another keep the momentum going here, bring people downtown, another reason to be supportive of the downtown area, get people walking around down there.
The club is a combination of teamwork between MG2, New England Craft Restaurant Concepts, the Grid District, and the Live Comedy Productions Company headed by John Tobin. Along with the new comedy club, Mayor Petty says the city will also see a lot more restaurants opening. The city opened 56 last year. The verdict is in a lawsuit against the Worcester County Sheriff's Office. According to the Telegram, the jury found in favor of the Sheriff's Office by a slim margin. A former employee, Jude Christo, was suing the department, saying he was retaliated against for reporting political activity. Christo worked at the Sheriff's Department for more than 10 years. Thursday, the jury ruled Christo did refuse to participate in conduct he believed to be illegal, but the sheriff did not retaliate against him. A statement from Sheriff Evangelitis says he's thankful to the jury for their careful consideration of the facts. We're learning the cause of a fatal fire in Oxford last month. According to the State Fire Marshal's office, it started in a wood stove inside the home on Saracappa Road. 93-year-old Josephine Mulvey was killed in the fire. The home was located in a rural area with no hydrants nearby. 2 firefighters also suffered minor injuries. It's a scary thought for many parents, losing an infant while they sleep. But doctors at UMass Memorial Hospital are making sure parents know how to position their babies in their cribs to keep them safe. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Newborn Zoe sleeps peacefully on her back at UMass Memorial Hospital. There is no loose bedding or soft objects in her crib. Doctors say this is to keep her safe. But new data from the Centers for Disease Control finds parents are not following safe sleeping habits for their babies. It's contributing to about 3,500 sleep-related deaths in the U.S. every year.
It is surprising that it's still happening because we know that there are this is a theoretically potentially preventable issue.
Dr. Lawrence Ryan is the chief of neonatology at UMass Memorial Medical Center. He says babies can suffocate on extra items like stuffed animals or blankets.
If you're a baby, your brain is less mature, so you may not be as sensitive to that signal to tell your muscles to move. And even if your brain says, let's move your head, you may not have the ability to do that, especially if it's a soft surface.
He says babies are most at risk of sudden unexpected infant death at 4 months when they start to roll over on their own.
We can't prevent that, but certainly in the first few months of life, we want to make sure that they position the baby on their back.
The hospital teaches parents how to position a baby before they're discharged in hopes of preventing a tragedy.
With proper education, if people can continue to place their baby in the appropriate position, and then you can decrease the risk of having this awful event happen.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Grant money awarded by the state will allow WPI and Quinsigamond Community College to create a joint photonics laboratory. Thursday, Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito awarded the two schools $4 million. The lab will provide training and education to help build a skilled integrated photonics workforce. During a tour of the labs, Lieutenant Governor Polito was able to see the work being done.
To create a pipeline of talent with people with the skills to feed these emerging industries in Massachusetts. And between Quinsigamond Community College and WPI, we have a great opportunity to create the kinds of skills in people to fuel the economy that's growing here in Massachusetts.
So it gives our students an opportunity to engage in research that most community college students do not have an opportunity to engage in.
WPI says before this grant, students had to travel elsewhere to do their lab work. In honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, students at Belmont Community School got a chance to read books and do activities about the civil rights leader. The United Way of Central Massachusetts set up the reading and writing activities for 2nd and 3rd grade students. At Belmont, the Holy Cross women's ice hockey team read to students. The United Way says it's important for students to learn about MLK's message.
What we hope is that when kids are off on Monday, enjoying the day off, that they also think just a little bit and think there was a really great person that we should be honoring and celebrating today.
More than 35 volunteers took part in the readings at both Belmont and Lincoln Street schools.